and there are questions on Akash Deep starting as well because he has a back or a groin injury. Reports are differing from England, so we don't exactly know. Not that BCCI has taken time to confirm it. What they have confirmed after a viral photo shoot of Indian team and Manchester United, that Anshul Kamboj, who by the way bowled exceptionally in the A games, has been brought back in the team.
Anshul was brilliant in the India A versus Lions game. He was unlucky that he was not getting wickets, but he was so good.
We all were hoping that Jasprit Bumrah will play. Now, when there have been questions about Siraj's workload also, that he has been consistently bowling. In fact, India's assistant coach Riyan Tendrishkate came out in the public and said, oh, Siraj is a lion. He has been overused and we'll try to manage his workload also. So now the question remains is, who will play?
It's such a disservice to Kuldeep.
Yeah.
When you've gone to England and this conversation is about how these are subcontinental pitches, when test matches going to the day 5, like you mentioned, Washington Sundar ruining England with one spell. The argument must be like, in my mind, I'm thinking, how does Kuldeep feel?
I love watching test matches in England, but how long will you continue to give England the hosting rights of the most important test match of that cycle? And why? Don't Australia have an MCG? You can host a test match there.
Do we have anything interesting going on in world cricket or Indian cricket right now?
CSK are hell-bent on getting someone like Sanju Samson. On the other hand, I am hearing that KKR want Ishan Kishan from SRH.
Oh, is it? Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sledging Room. As you can see, that there is a slight change in the setup. Akshay is not here. Sources have suggested that Akshay has locked himself inside a room since India's Lord's defeat, where Mohammad Siraj absolutely middled the ball from Shoaib Bashir and it dragged into his stumps. India lost a close match by 22 runs, the narrowest defeat in recent times at Lord's, I think. Sources have also suggested that since hearing about the latest news of this current Indian team, Akshay has refused food also, so we don't know what's happening.
He's gone on a full Ben Stokes mode after the
full Ben Stokes mode. He's found himself in dark places.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So this is Kingshuk Kusari. I have with me Saurabh Kumar to my left, Alan John to the right. We'll dive straight into it with Saurabh giving us the latest news about the Indian team. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we lost a Lord's test and there was a long gap, 7 8 days gap. And this 7 days gap has not turned out so much good for this Indian team because we have seen so many injuries, and I think Arshdeep Singh and Nitish Reddy have been ruled out. Arshdeep Singh has been ruled out for the 4th test and Nitish Reddy has been ruled out from the entire England tour, remaining 2 test matches. And there are also reports that there is injury concern regarding Akash Deep.
Yeah.
So the Indian team have added Anshul Kamboj back to the squad. I mean, Anshul Kamboj was in England. He played for India A versus England A. And then he was there with the squad for the first test and then he was sent back.
It's a whole hodgepodge. To give you context to our viewers, we are recording these 2 days before the 4th test match.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to have changes because, like Saurabh says, Nitish Reddy has been ruled out of the test series. Arshdeep Singh, who is yet to make his test debut for the team, has been ruled out of the 4th test match. And there are questions on Akash Deep starting as well because he has a back or a groin injury. Reports are differing from England, so we don't exactly know. Not that BCCI has taken time to confirm it. What they have confirmed after a viral photo shoot of Indian team and Manchester United, that Anshul Kamboj, who by the way bowled exceptionally in the A games, has been brought back in the team. Now, as Saurabh says, that Anshul was with the Indian team and was sent back. Why did that happen? Because Harshit Rana, who plays for KKR and is supposedly very close to the whole Gautam Gambhir setup, was kept with the team. Then a backlash happened. He was sent back and
So he is not reached yet?
No, he's not. He's waiting for that. Waiting for that call.
Plus 4 call. Yeah, okay.
But that call has never come, which just gets me so confused because he was your additional injury cover for the first couple of tests. You sent him back by saying that, okay, we don't need, everyone's fit, so go home. Now, when everyone isn't fit, you have decided to not bring him back, but you have brought back Anshul Kamboj himself. So, as a KKR fan, Alan, how do you look at this?
I was quite surprised with Harshit being there in the first place. Like I have always said that Harshit is a very raw product which still needs a lot of polishing. I think he needs to play a lot more red ball cricket in the domestic circuit because the talent is there. But Anshul, like you suggested, Anshul was brilliant in the India A versus Lions game. He was unlucky that he was not getting wickets, but he was so good. He was probably the standout bowler despite the wickets column not suggesting it. Now
I think he was the standout bowler among both the teams,
Yes.
not even in the Indian team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Among both
His
the teams.
line length, everything was on point. And I would not be surprised if he's put into this playing 11 also, given that he's a pretty handy customer with the bat as well. But yeah, it was very surprising that he was not included in the first place. Like you have this, I don't know what this, probably a Delhi obsession with Harshit Rana that keeps on going and going. He was not needed in this series. But yeah, like you said, the injury concerns are mounting up. Funnily enough, it's almost like that 2020-21 Australia series, right? We have got a lot of people getting injured in the fourth test, not playing the fifth test. No Bumrah in the fifth test. We still went and won. So fingers crossed. I hope that happens.
Yeah, like this is very similar, right? So like this message goes out to Akshay, who's locked in a room, that if you are unhappy, if you are depressed, this kind of mimics the 2020-2021 Border-Gavaskar Trophy, where India had a spring of injuries, especially in the bowling department. We debuted Natarajan that season, that series, and one more, I think
Siraj also made his debut there only.
No, Siraj did not make his debut. He was the leader of the pace attack there.
But I think he was 100 debut there only.
Yeah,
and then
Siraj
he became,
or Prasidh.
and then he
Siraj.
became the leader of the pace attack after playing just 2 test matches.
I'm not very sure about that. Maybe just let us in the comments below.
Yeah.
But so something similar might happen in the Manchester Test as well. Sort of, what is your lineup? Forget lineup. Like, what is your bowling attack in the first place, and then take us to the lineup.
First of all, I wanted to address a concern regarding Jasprit Bumrah. So when the third test ended, there were a lot of questions and concerns from across the cricketing fraternity. Will Jasprit Bumrah play the fourth test or not? Okay. Then a lot of ex-cricketers came out and said, oh my God, this workload thing, this is a new generation ka hype. There was nothing like this when we used to play. If you are fit, you have to play. And Jasprit Bumrah, being the leader of the pace attack, he should play in Manchester. Like Manchester was the home ground of James Anderson. And we all know what James Anderson did with the swing on offer in those conditions. Not only the pitch, but the conditions, the weather conditions. So we all were hoping that Jasprit Bumrah will play. Now, when there have been questions about Siraj's workload also, that he has been consistently bowling. In fact, India's assistant coach Riyantin Deshkate came out in the public and said, oh, Siraj is a lion. He has been overused and will try to manage his workload also. So now the question remains is, who will play? Bumrah? Siraj? What about Akash Deep? Like Kingshuk, you said, BCCI has not addressed anything regarding Akash Deep. They made clear that Nitish, Reddy and Arshdeep were not fit enough to take part in the fourth test matches, but there is no confirmation or clarity regarding Akash Deep. So now, will Anshul Kamboj make his debut?
So what options do India have if Anshul Kamboj weren't to make his debut? Akash Deep and Arshdeep have been ruled out of the fourth game.
Akash Deep also has been ruled out.
No, I'm saying let's say Akash Deep has been ruled out.
Imagine if Akash Deep has been ruled out, Bumrah has to play the fourth test.
Yeah.
Siraj has to play the fourth test. And if Anshul Kamboj does not play, maybe Shardul gets a chance again.
Prasidh, would you not bring back Prasidh in the lineup? Desperate measures.
I was very skeptical of what happened with Prasidh in the first 2 test matches. And more often than not, like we have always discussed, Prasidh is more of a hit-the-deck bowler.
Yeah.
And Manchester is not that kind of pitch. There you need bowlers who can actually make the ball talk. They could use the weather conditions and the pitch to their full use and trouble the English batters. And for that, I think Shardul is a better bowler than Prasidh. In my opinion, I may be wrong, but in my opinion, Shardul is a better bowler. And despite Shardul not giving a good return in the first test match where he played, when Nitish is not there, if they want to actually bolster their batting again, maybe Shardul is a better option than Prasidh.
But I want to talk about this one. I understand your view, but I want to talk once again about a KKR bowler, or rather a former KKR bowler.
Yeah.
Can Kuldeep Yadav play in Manchester? Is that an option?
I think, like you said, like the current situation of the bowling attack, it's a desperate time right now. I think we have heard a lot about Kuldeep in this test series, even without bowling a ball. He has been in the mix. And I feel if the pitch and conditions are there, if there is going to be some help for the spinners, which we have not really seen in these, apart from that Washington Sundar spell in the Lord's Test, we have not seen much of help for the spinners throughout the series. If there is help for some of the spinners, I think he should be there because we need to win this test match. And for that, we need experience. Like you said, Anshul is a very good option to have, but him making a debut in a very do-or-die situation is going to be a big ask for him as well. Prasidh, like how Saurabh said, I saw in the second test when he started pitching the ball a little up, his economy rate went down because people were not able to get those strokes on. So if he's going to be a hit the deck bowler again, that's not going to make sense. So probably that is where you need that experience coming in. And I feel Kuldeep, having played a lot of international cricket, yes, his test matches have been a little less, but we all know the reasons. He's always been behind. He's kind of like been like the Stuart McGill of this Indian team.
Yeah.
When you have R. Ashwin and when you have Ravindra Jadeja, it's going to be a task to displace one of them, given that both of them were good batters as well. Right now, Jadeja has kind of always sealed his spot. If there is an option to take an extra spinner and if the pitch is going to be of that help, I think they should go with it.
Which is also, like, when you bring up the Stuart McGill comparison, I feel that it's such a disservice to Kuldeep, who is such a unique bowler in his own rights. He has reinvented his game. Now he can turn the ball both ways, has flippers, zooters, God knows what in his arsenal. But in his, I think, a career of 8 years, he's played like 13 test matches.
Yeah.
And when when you've gone to England and this conversation is about how these are subcontinental pitches, when test matches going to the day 5, like you mentioned, Washington Sundar ruining England with one spell, the argument must be like, in my mind, I'm thinking, how does Kuldeep feel? Because in England, he would not have played. He knew that he wasn't going to play. When he reached there, he saw that, conditions are probably in my favor, but still nowhere close to the playing 11.
I mean, that is the biggest question mark on the team management. Because you have been carrying a potential match winner. It's not just me, you or Alan or Akshay saying this. Notable cricket experts, former World Cup winners, World Cup winning captains like Michael Clark have come out and said India have to play Kuldeep Yadav if they want to win this test series in England. Because England, as we all know, they've been the bass bowling side. Apart from the Lord's Test, in the first 2 test matches, they were bass bowling. And Kuldeep Yadav is one guy who is actually a very tough nut to crack for these English batters. We have seen in T20s, we have seen in ODIs. And whatever you might say, even if he has not played a lot of test matches in England, I think he has never played in England. But then again, the amount of quality he has and the experience which he carries, I can bet on it in any test match where you field him against England, even in Manchester where the fast bowlers are getting help, he is going to trouble them. And you know, the biggest concern for me is, yes, Sundar was excellent in the Lord's Test. He produced a sensational spell and got India to somehow a total where we could have chased it down. But my biggest concern is what we have seen is, like, England's best batter in this series for me has been Ben Duckett and Jamie Smith. Right? Ben Duckett, what he has done is he has taken Bumrah apart, and then the way he handles Ravindra Jadeja, even when there was roughs and Jadeja was trying to exploit it, Ben Duckett produced those reverse sweeps, reverse laps to just deal with him and hit boundaries. I don't think it will be that very easy to hit Kuldeep in the same manner.
Yeah.
So Kuldeep should be getting a chance, but again, you never know what our coach and the team management is thinking.
Correct. There is one more reason that I'm saying this, because apart from what we have spoken of in the on the changes in the bowling department, there will be a change in the batting department as well.
Yeah.
Because Rishabh Pant is still injured. He has an issue with his left arm. And if the drills are anything to go by, Dhruv Jurel will be playing this test match.
Yes.
So that's one additional member on the batting side for the Indian team. So ideally, how I'm thinking is that if there are extra number of batters, you need all specialist bowlers to tackle that bowling department role, because you don't need an all-rounder anymore. You don't need a Washi Sundar anymore, because that extra batter you already have in Jurel.
Yeah.
Why would you opt for an extra all-rounder when Jadeja is already there? So get a specialist spinner in.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And also, like you said, in case of the batting lineup as well, the big question still remains: will Karun Nair play?
Oh, yeah.
Will he get another chance?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like Sai Sudarshan is waiting in the wings. We've heard. I think Harbhajan had an exclusive with us where he said that India should be picking the best team. Now going forward, like I remember Dinesh Karthik also saying, bringing back the Kuldeep equation. He said that India is not a team that has always played with 4 pacers, out and out pacers, and 1 spinner. That has never been. Even when we went to England, we always had a Harbhajan and a Anil Kumble in the early times. We used to have 2 spinners, regardless of the conditions, to play, and then you had 3 pacers.
Yeah, I remember in Headingley, like that one game, I think it was Headingley. So Sachin and Saurav combined to score like 600 runs,
Yeah.
and they let Anil Kumble run riot.
Yeah.
On a pace-friendly pitch, Anil Kumble has come in and he's ruined England. I don't remember if he won that test match or not. Surely we would have, because in my memory, it's a good
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
Either win or a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are arguments.
Yeah, if you have a template that is associated with Indian cricket. Now I understand that this 4 pacer thing works in certain areas. But if you have a template that has been working and bringing in success for a long period of time, why change from it, right? Like how Saurabh pointed out, Kuldeep is a match winner, right? Lot of times, maybe in his career, he had a slump, as you pointed out, with the whole KKR situation as well. He had a slump, but the fact that he came out as a way, way better bowler. This, I believe, like you said, Ben Duckett, Jamie Smith, they have not faced a Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah.
They have not faced somebody like a Kuldeep Yadav who can, like I said, a Chinaman bowler is something that is a very rare commodity. We don't use that term these days because it has been changed, but it is a very rare commodity. And I am pretty sure as hell Jamie Smith has not faced a bowler like
Right.
that. I'm pretty sure as hell Ben Duckett does not have an idea about how this guy bowls, because Ben Duckett might be expecting a ball to go away from him, and that's where Kuldeep, being the smart guy, can bring it back in. Like, so he can spin both ways, and then you bring to the batting lineup again. Karun Nair, Sai Sudarshan. That is the biggest conversation going around right now. Has Karun Nair impressed me to an extent, to a 30 or a 40? But like how Farooq Engineer said, we want a number 3 to score more than 30 or 40. So that is another point of discussion that I guess in the next 2 days we'll get to know. But yeah, Karun Nair's chances, I'm not very confident about it. I'd like to know your guys' opinion on that.
You know, when Karun Nair was back in the IPL, I'm a Delhi Capital supporter. And I can never forget
Don't
that.
we know?
Yeah, I can never forget that knock against Mumbai Indians.
Yeah.
The way he took about Bumrah, Santner, he was sensational. But apart from that, he did not do jack for us.
He was dropped, I think, after a few
He was
couple of
dropped
games.
because he was not able to score.
Yes.
He always got those starts, but then he threw away his wickets. Now, what happens is he gets a chance in the Indian Test side. And before that, he travels with the India A squad to England. He scores a double hundred, I think.
Yes.
He
Karun?
Karun scored a
Yeah,
double hundred in the
first-
first
yeah,
unofficial
first
Test
one,
match.
right? Yeah.
See how distant that movie looks like. And now when he has got a chance in the first test, I think he was batting at number 6 because Sai Sudarshan made his debut and he
Yeah.
played number 3.
Yeah.
First innings, he got out for a duck. Then in the next innings, he looks like a better batsman and he looked like a man in control of things. But again, the moment he got some starts, he threw away those starts. Now in all those test matches, if you look at in the last 3 test matches, his highest score is 40. And that also he has scored only once. One duck, a couple of 20s, 30s, and then 140. I don't think this guarantees you a place in the next test match. But having said that, we should not forget what Coach Gambhir said when the team was announced. When the team was announced, he was asked about Karun Nair and how long a chance can he get in this form of cricket. Gambhir said, I hope I can trust him with the series. So I believe if Gambhir has backed him in public, I think he will back him and he will give at least one more test match to prove himself. Which might sound harsh on someone like Sai Sudarshan, who failed in only one game and he was benched. And he's yet to get another chance, and we are in the 4th test match of the series. So that is a big point of dilemma for me also, whether Karun Nair plays. And like you said, if Dhruv Jurel gets a chance, and we have been hearing reports that Rishabh Pant might play just as a batter.
Specialist batter.
So will Karun Nair play again when you have a Rishabh Pant and Dhruv Jurel both, will you play a Karun Nair or will you bench someone like Sundar?
So what's the lineup going to be? So like since you say that, so
Yeah.
it's KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Yeah.
Let's say Karun Nair at 3. Let's
Okay,
just
okay.
argue for the moment
Okay,
at 3.
okay. Then Shubman.
Shuman ko khilana hai.
He's the captain. He has to play.
Shuman Gill at 4.
Rishabh Pant as a
Rishabh Pant
batter.
at 5. Specialist batter at 5.
Yeah.
Dhruv Jurel at 6.
6. Jadeja at 7th.
Yeah.
Then will you play Sundar? I don't think you will play Sundar.
So I am skipping Sundar for the moment. I'm
Okay.
going to go Bumrah, Siraj at 8 and 9. So we have 2 spots left. Do we bring in Kuldeep?
I think we should bring in Kuldeep.
Yeah, we
If you're
should
not
bring-
playing Sundar, he has to come in.
So we've brought in Kuldeep. So we need one more fast bowler. Is that going to be Shardul or Prasidh or if fit Akash Deep?
If fit Akash Deep, if he's not fit, I will give Anshul Kamboj the chance.
Anshul Kamboj a chance. And 1 spot. Anshul Kamboj?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would rather go
That's
because
a unanimous one.
yeah, because I
the
feel
first time in
you
the
need to
history of-
see. Probably this is coming from my side. You need to now go with unknown commodities as well. You need to surprise England, right? The counter punch has to
Bring back the 2021 Border-Gavaskar Trophy thing.
Yeah.
पता ही नहीं है बॉल कहाँ डालेगा आदमी.
because like
Destroy the
you
stumps.
have seen what India has to offer. The best of India came in the second test.
Yeah.
Third test also I feel India has played well in all 3 test matches.
Yeah.
It should have ideally been India leading the series 2-1 rather than the other way around, because India has produced phenomenal cricket. There have been brilliant moments. There have been moments that have not been great as well. But the fact is, now to hit the counter punch, you have to bring in something new. It's like I always connect this to a boxing match, right? You study both. You study your opponent's each move, and then suddenly, out of the blue, he brings in something new, and you get hit, and then you're like, "What the hell?"
Spinning back kick.
Yeah, something like that. In an MMA fight, you do not expect. You expect a wrestler to always bring his ground game to the fore, but then out of the blue, he brings out a insane boxing technique, and you're like, "What the hell has happened?" Now, this is the best chance to hit England in that moment. If you are not able to do that, then the series is gone. Now, that is where I feel, bring in Kuldeep, bring in Anshul, because I think he has done enough.
Yeah.
He has shown enough, because I cannot really trust Prasidh with that position. Prasidh has that tendency to go short at people. Also, the fact that, giving that, like you said, one of the problems that I see with this team management also is the fact that you are sometimes trusting people so much
Yeah.
that you tend to forget that a series is on the line. That is something that I've seen, like how he pointed out, that, okay, we need to trust Karun Nair with the series. Now, when the results are not going, you need to think on your feet and decide, like, okay, should I still stick with this man? Yeah, I said this, but things are not going our way, right? How much more, like a 40 or a 50 is not enough from the number 3. We need 100. Now, is Karun Nair going to be that guy who is going to get me that 100? If not, if I have a 20% doubt also, then probably I should not be going with him. Right. This is where I feel the Gambhir regime is lacking a bit. Like, they need to be more proactive. Gambhir said in that interview with Sony Sports that, I'm somebody who always thinks about what happens after a game. Also, I'm thinking about the next game. Yeah, probably he should.
That's your job.
That is your job.
That's your job. Do it, man. I get the sense of what you're saying. So basically what you're arguing is that there is a prepared plan A. Once that doesn't go through,
you need to have
you seem flustered.
Yeah.
Your plan B doesn't work, your C doesn't work, D does not work. Sometimes it feels that it doesn't exist. I agree to that point, because when Jadeja was batting with the tail, a message perhaps at Lords should have come from the dressing room saying that, listen, you are the only recognized batter out there, score the runs.
Yes.
What are you taking singles in the 4th ball for? Score the runs.
Yeah,
I agree to that. That's a very good point. So basically for us, there's 3 contentions in the Indian lineup. It's Karun or Sai Sudarshan at 3. Kuldeep or Washington Sundar at the second spinner role.
Yeah.
And who takes the single fast bowler ka spot?
Yeah.
Third fast bowler ka spot.
Third fast bowler ka spot. Correct. So I actually wanted to talk about something else also. Like, it's getting very heavy with whole cricket dynamics and all of that. The Indian team looked in good mood a couple of days back when they visited Manchester United. It was, as some suggested, an epic collab. I don't know what that collab was for. Nothing came out of
Heartache
it.
collab. That is what it is.
Yeah,
It
so
was.
the greatest collab in the century, as some people put it, was between two teams that have won. One of the team has won 2 out of the last 11 Test matches, and the other team has won 2 of the last 11 Premier League games. So sensational collab. Was this a little Andha Andhe ko sahara deta hai type thing? I mean, as Manchester United fans,
I don't think we're
what
talking
do
about Barcelona.
we won 3 titles last season, man. Calm down. Talk about your team now.
Nah, see, I probably feel probably the best moment was making Kuldeep Yadav wear a Manchester
my God,
United
that was great.
jersey, despite being a Barcelona Liverpool supporter. But it was all in good spirit, I guess. It was something that you need in these kind of tours. You need to go out, and if there is a chance to talk to another team, probably United can learn something from the Indian team of not letting go of fights and fighting till the end. Maybe something that is this team, the United team, can learn from the Indian team as well. So it's probably something great talking and just having a banter about, and before going into the Manchester Test. Because it's like you said, it's been heavy. It's been very heavy for the Indian team. I think from the moment everything started from that Rohit Sharma retirement, right?
Yeah.
Then came the Virat Kohli retirement. From then, Shubman Gill captaincy, this, that. So sometimes
मतलब
it's...
क्या ही जाके बोल दिया होगा. मतलब Manchester United Indian team, one hand over each another's shoulder. कोई बात नहीं भाई, कोई बात नहीं, कोई, it's okay भाई. It's okay.
चलेगा.
और क्या ही होगा.
When you are saying this, I would have loved this collab to happen 4 years ago. When Ronaldo was playing for Manchester United and Virat Kohli was our test captain.
Yeah, that would have been
That
fun.
collab would have been epic.
Yeah, that would
Two
have
of the
been...
greatest sports persons ever
Two
sharing
of
that
the greatest
stage.
sports person, it seems.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Kohli. What are you talking about? Kingshuk,
Sure.
shed your Barcelona
We'll just
wings.
cut this out, cut this clip out, and we'll be fine. The podcast
We all
will be
know.
fine.
We all know what Ronaldo has done for football and what Kohli has done for Test cricket. Let's not discount that.
No, I'm not discounting it.
Just because a guy from Argentina is
I'm
taking
not
up records in
discounting
MLS.
it at all. I'm saying that I'm not agreeing to the fact to what you claim as a fact that Ronaldo and Kohli are the greatest sports person to live ever.
Yeah, I'm not saying the greatest ever live
I think
ever.
you talk about your current Manchester United team, not the one that has the collab. Talk about that.
What is there to talk about actually?
Yeah, I'm just...
And for me, the best part was that picture where Harry Maguire was batting and Siraj was bowling.
Yeah.
And then I think in the picture we could see that they were sharing a laugh together.
Yeah.
So
I-
for me it was very good because both the teams are the teams that I live for and they decide my mood throughout the year.
Yeah, mostly.
Heartache collab. That is why I said
Yeah.
perfectly as heartache collab. It's
Yeah.
like
Heartache
two
collab.
heartaches.
Yeah,
in,
that's actually, yeah.
it's
good one.
two heartaches, one in cricket and one in football.
Yeah.
And both of them coming together. Wow.
So the whole collab basically saw a massive generation of memes. The best one for me was Casemiro wearing this Indian jersey and people saying that AIFF has finally approved OCI players for Indian team and they would come to play here. So yeah, that was that. Let's move on from the India-England series a little bit because there are other things to discuss. Some important announcements have been made by the ICC. One of them being that the WTC Final is going to be hosted in England for the next 3 editions. 2027, 2029, 2031. We have already reported, like Indian media in general has reported, that the BCCI was desperate to bring that particular event in India, maybe in Ahmedabad, Mumbai or wherever, to host that in India. But it did not come. ICC said that keeping England's track record in mind in hosting those events, we want them to keep it till at least 2031. What does this mean? Like, can India and other countries not fill a neutral test match? If it's going to be neutral, let's say that India did not reach the final in these 3 editions, can we not fill a stadium for 5 days?
You know, I don't understand why they are saying this, why they are doing this. Maybe they have gifted all these WTC finals to England because they know that Baz bowling England team is never going to reach WTC
Make
finals.
it a neutral venue for all teams.
Every team that qualifies is going to be a neutral team.
Yeah, superb, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't see any other main reason for them to gift everything to the English. Because, yeah, as a cricket fan, as a test cricket fan, I love watching test matches in England. But how long will you continue to give England the hosting rights of the most important test match of that cycle? And why? Don't Australia have an MCG? You can host a test match there. South Africa has so many good venues. West Indies has so many good venues. There are so many good venues. India, as you call, is the cricketing power center right now because of the money. Why can't we host a test match? A certain Kolkata, maybe not Ahmedabad, but a certain Kolkata can host a test match.
Kolkata, Mumbai.
Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore. People love sports there.
Bangalore, yeah, we can do Bangalore.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So this logic by ICC, I just don't understand.
One of the suggestions by pundits have been, I think that is a little far-fetched given that, we decide the final location earlier. But one of the things that they had suggested was, the team that finishes at the top of the WTC table should have the right to host the final, which is actually a good incentive. Like, okay, you are going there. It's not going to be a neutral venue. Let me be very honest. But it brings into the excitement, right? Imagine if an India is finishing top ahead of an Australia. You bring Australia to India, to one of the places. You're going to have a jam-packed stadium anyways. If it's the other way around, India is going to Australia. Australia are going in as the WTC league winners. There is going to be people coming out because the competition is between the two best test teams. Be it South Africa versus Australia as well, like what happened last time around. If it was hosted at Wanderers, the Bull Ring, you would have had the same turnout. Now, if you're focusing on turnout, it's just that you put it in England. Now, England has a lot of issues there. What about the weather? Like right now, we are fretting over the fact that what will happen in Manchester because Manchester is an area known for its rain.
Yeah.
For
and
its
in the
rainfall.
practice days also, I think it has rained throughout.
Lords was probably one place where we were blessed that there was no effect of rain. Edgbaston, again, we were wondering if there will be rain or not. It was predicted that the last 2 days were going to be rained out. Then again, the first test, we were all hoping that rain would come in, then the rain did not come in. You have weather issues in England. And it is always going to happen in this June, July time. So then why give it to England? Yeah, I get it. England is the home of cricket. But it almost feels like a deal that is being made that, see, your team is anyways not going to reach the final. Why don't you guys just enjoy this? Like, this is what our
Keep it on the
keep
sides.
the change.
Yeah,
keep the change.
Keep the change. Yeah, true.
That
true,
is
true.
something that you don't need. See, ideally what we have seen in the IPL, that the team that wins the IPL gets the chance to host the final next season. Why not do that?
Oh yeah, you could do it like that, right?
Yeah.
You could do, or at least give them the hosting rights to wherever they want to host it. Because since this window of June, July, I don't think that the southern hemisphere is able to host it because it's extreme cold there. So Australia, South Africa get out of the window right away. But you could give them the hosting rights. You could ask them, where do you want to do it? Chalo, jahan bhi khelna hai. Tibet mein khelna hai, Nepal mein khelna hai. Har jagah khila denge.
Yeah, why not? I mean, even if you play a T20 World Cup or an ODI World Cup, there is a host nation. And that host nation, more often than not, reaches the final of that tournament. So, उसमें home tournament नहीं होता है.
No, hota to hai, obviously.
So, yeah, so this is how it has to work. Like this nonsense that England is the home of cricket, so England will get everything and no other venue in the world can fill test matches for 5 days if two neutral teams are playing. I don't buy this at all. You have got so many great cricketing nations, and if you actually want Test cricket to survive and Test cricket to thrive, you should try and promote the idea of WTC Final being hosted in different venues. Every cycle a different venue, different country. Not as England is okay. Acha, Lords mein ho gaya. Okay, what next? Manchester. What next? Edgbaston. This is not done, if you ask me.
True. So that concludes our Test cricket bit. Do we have anything interesting going on in world cricket or Indian cricket right now?
Yeah, I mean, yes, there are rumors, and they are very, very strong rumors about the IPL trade wars.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, teams like CSK and KKR are the most active right now.
Yeah.
Because these are the two teams that suffered the most. They are the most successful franchises in the history of IPL, and they have suffered the most. Like CSK are, according to reports, I'm not saying that this is true or this is false, CSK are hell-bent on getting someone like Sanju Samson. On the other hand, I am hearing that KKR want Ishan Kishan from SRH.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. and there are rumors that they might, in fact, there are rumors that KKR might entirely remove and replace their coaching setup.
Yeah.
Like Alan is a KKR fan, so he must be knowing more than what I know.
So probably what I've heard and what is going around the mix is that KKR are planning to bring in Owen Morgan as the head coach, which I feel is a very good move. They want to bring in Dale Steyn. Okay, Dale Steyn, Umran Malik collaboration, that is going to be good, I guess. And there are also suggestions that, a guy like Irfan Pathan might be brought into the mix because Chandrakant Pandit and Dwayne Bravo, if you look at the success of the KKR franchise outside of the IPL, MLC is a league that was, funnily enough, started by KKR and they have never made the playoffs. The MLC Cricket League was brought into existence by the collaboration between KKR and the US Cricket Board.
Yeah, they vetoed it for several years, I think.
Yes, and they have brought it in. The Los Angeles Knight Riders have never made it to the playoffs. And in fact, this season around, with Dwayne Bravo being in the mentor position, we finished last for a league that we started. That's almost like saying that, Neeraj Chopra Invitational, Neeraj Chopra finishes last. That is something that you cannot imagine. And this has brought into question the authenticity or like probably the way that Dwayne Bravo works. Is he good for a mentor role? That has been brought into question because last season, as we saw with KKR, the problems were a lot. They failed in the auction table. Then the team was not good enough. There were good portions of KKR while batting, but then they flopped miserably in run chases. So now they are wondering if this is the right personnel. What I can hear is that Abhishek Nair will stay. He is considered as a valuable part. But the same cannot be said about Chandrakant Pandit and Dwayne Bravo, which is a little sad because Chandrakant Pandit came with a reputation of being like a Dronacharya in the Indian domestic circuit. But maybe his strict ways is not...
Dronacharya band chala diya na KKR pe.
So maybe his strict ways, we have heard stories about that as well, how he is strict as a tactician. Maybe that is not working for this kind of setup. And that is why I think probably Owen Morgan makes a lot of sense. And coming to Sanju also, I think KKR are very much interested in Sanju Samson as well. I think Sanju Samson, if he goes into the auction, he is going to see two teams battle hell for leather for him. And that is going to be KKR and CSK.
Yeah.
And whoever has the bigger purse is going to get his signature.
What about LSG?
LSG, no
LSG
chance.
does not have. And
Rishabh Pant out. Rishabh Pant to
no, I
CSK.
don't think Rishabh Pant is going anywhere.
Some 4D chess.
And to add to what Alan said, I have heard that Bharat Arun's contract has also expired. So he might leave KKR and Zahir Khan has approached him to join LSG as their bowling coach. This is another rumor that is
Problem
doing
is
circus.
LSG's coaching setup has more pedigree than the team
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
That's the problem.
And Rajasthan Royals are the team to have received maximum numbers of offers for their players. Like a lot of teams want their players.
6 players, I
Six
think.
players,
Six
as
players.
PTI reported this.
PTI
What are you
reported that.
talking about?
From the likes of Sanju Samson to Dhruv Jurel to Shimran Hetmeyer to Sandeep Sharma to Vaibhav Suryavanshi also I have heard. So there are a lot of teams that are eyeing talent from ye.
The 6 first team players they have asked for.
Yeah.
Ki bhai de de idhar,
Yeah.
thoda de de.
Dhruv Jurel, I felt a little this thing because 14 crores mein, I don't think Dhruv Jurel is a big bet to buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 6 or 7, I think 6 players, right? 6 players of Rajasthan have been poached. I mean, there are offers made. And this is exciting. Like, we don't see this in the IPL. Let's bring it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that we need. I think that Hardik Pandya trade kind of opened the possibilities of what can happen
Yes.
with a IPL transfer. And why not bring it in? Like 6-7 players, let's bring it on, I guess. We need a summer transfer window for
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
thing.
So I think in terms of like IPL rule, how the rule book works is that you cannot reach a player behind the franchisee's back.
You have to take permission
right?
from the franchisee.
Yeah, you have to talk to the franchisee first, then go to the player. Have like franchisee and the player have equal rights. If the player wants to move out, then he wants to move out, something like that. I'm saying burn that rule book.
Approach the player first.
Burn that rule book. Get rid of the auction. Just do transfer windows. This is exciting.
So as you have said, my question is, I don't know how true or how false this. Last year, Shreyas Iyer won the IPL with KKR. Then he did not want to be retained by KKR because he did not like the amount.
Yeah.
And after he was picked by Punjab Kings in that
The perpetual issue of a salaried employee.
after he was signed by Punjab Kings, in a podcast with Punjab Kings team, he said that he was approached by DC and Punjab Kings both
Yeah.
before the auction. So how does this work? Did these teams take permission from KKR, or did they wait?
I think probably
for Shreyas Iyer?
by that time, once he was released, I think he
I
was a
think,
free
I think
agent.
the relationship had fallen apart.
Yeah.
By
But-
the time when
But I think, like you
renewals
said, I
happened.
think that one moment where a team directly approached a player and they had a deal going on, and that was Ravindra Jadeja
Jadeja.
for Mumbai.
2008.
And he was
he
banned
got
for
banned
one
for
year.
a
He was banned
year.
for a year.
So
Yeah,
I
and
think, like you said, like take out this whole thing, like put a release clause maybe for players, put a release clause for Sanju Samson, say that, okay, if you are ready to play, pay 12 upfront, 12 crores upfront for Sanju Samson, okay, you can talk to the player. Show us the money, talk to the player. And if he wants to move, let him move.
Yeah.
That is something that you should bring it in.
And all of that in that 100 crore, 110 crore cap
absolutely.
for a
Yeah,
team.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
in the
Which works out so well because football has so much FFP issues.
Yeah.
Because some teams have like very, very bloated sides and with humongous amount of money. At least in IPL, you know that the FFP is 110 crore.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense, right? You can bring it in. It makes IPL more exciting. Like, I understand that the auction is something that teams are divided on.
Yeah.
Some teams don't want to lose their core. They find the core probably in the last year of the cycle, and then
Yeah, this happens a lot.
That happened with KKR.
KKR.
We found the perfect core, and then we had to let go of it. Why not?
Yeah, SRH also.
Have that thing where you have auction for a couple of players, and while you retain the core. Now, if a team management or a player is not happy, which is the case that is being said about Sanju here, that he's not really happy with the RR.
He didn't
match.
play several games last season.
Yeah.
It was said that he had an injury, but like Rahul Dravid was asked again and again about this. Why isn't he playing? When will he play? And there were reports that there were disagreements between him and the coach as well.
So, makes sense, no? If a player is unhappy with, like, yeah, I get it that you play once in a year IPL. But if you're unhappy with the setup, you're unhappy with the setup. Might as well move on, find something new. Sanju is ex-KKR person, won the title also with us.
Yeah. Without playing.
Without playing.
Yeah. And you know, this trade has worked a lot well for a couple of teams. Like, for example, Delhi Capitals traded Abhishek Sharma with SRH, and we got Shikhar Dhawan. They got Vijay Shankar and Abhishek Sharma. Shikhar Dhawan was very good for us in that cycle. He scored
I
tons
think
of runs.
we got Abdul Samad, Abhishek Sharma.
No, Abdul Samad was always
I think
signed by SRH.
Shabas Nadeem, I guess.
I think two players we got. You are right, Abdul Samad we signed.
Yeah.
One more
and it has worked well for a lot of teams. So I would love to see it getting explored more. Like, we all wait for the auction to come and itna purse hai, ye player kharidna hai. थोड़ा ऑक्शन के बाहर भी ड्रामा करो. Let the IPL become more global.
एक विंडो बना दो.
एक विंडो बना
Make
दो.
a window.
Yeah. And let players decide that they don't want to play this, or they are getting something which is very good for their career. The money is good and they can move out.
And that also, it's an interesting thing. Imagine a trade like a player from CSK being poached by MI, and the player decides, okay, I'm done with CSK, going to MI. That increases the rivalry between both teams as well.
Yeah.
You have the whole Premier League situation playing out in the IPL as well.
Absolutely.
Why not bring it in? Bring it on.
See, this is what I keep telling Akshay. That 30 minutes we have improved IPL.
Yeah.
We have solved India's dilemma of the injured pace bowling attack. We said, don't do pacers, do spinner.
Yeah.
Kaam khatam. Problem solved.
Kaam khatam, yeah.
We have figured out why WTC Final was awarded to England. Because they wanted a neutral venue everywhere.
And their team does not make it to the final.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've solved everything. We've solved cricket for this week. So, thank you for watching us. Akshay, it's not that sad out there. India are going to do a BGT 2020-21 thing because all Sare Lakshan is going to that same way only. So, don't worry. Be happy. 23rd is when the test match starts, and we will be back once again right after it
And
ends.
one small word for Andre Russell, who is retiring from T20Is. You've been a great servant to West Indies cricket, great servant for KKR as well. Happy retirement. Have a great
Don't
game.
worry, KKR are going to play him till he dies.
Yeah, that is for sure. He's coming back to
Calm
us.
down.
So I'm very happy that he's going
that's
to
going to
be-
happen.
He's going to be KKS for Batti throughout.
Yeah, that is the I'm very happy. But happy international retirement for Andre Russell, a brilliant player. Probably not well recognized by the West Indies Cricket Board. That is their issue. That is their loss as well. They've lost two major big hitters in the span of a couple of months. But happy retirement to Andre Russell.
So that's it from us in this episode of Sledging Room. If you can give your thoughts on 8588 966 996. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, do rate us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Catch you at the next one.